Chapter 4: Earliest Cities of the Indian Subcontinent. We know that the Neolithic people settled in small villages near rivers. As the population of human beings increased, more and larger villages appeared. As the man's needs increased further, the larger villages also grew into cities and towns. This led to the development of new arts, skills, crafts and occupations. Gradually a new lifestyle of people began to emerge. When man started living in towns, it marked the onset of early civilizations. Civilizations can be defined as that period of man's development when he began to think beyond the requirements of his basic needs of food, clothing and shelter. At this juncture, many civilizations flourished in different parts of the world. 1. The Indus Valley Civilization. 2. The Tigris-Euphrates Civilization in Mesopotamia. 3. The Nile Valley Civilization in Egypt. 4. The Huanghe Valley Civilization in China. 5. Greek Civilization. 6. Iranian Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. The Indus Valley Civilization or the Harappan Civilization was the earliest urban civilization of India. The Harappan people gave to the world its earliest towns, town planning and planning of cemetery, engineering and drainage works. The civilization encompassed most of what is now Pakistan, mainly the provinces of Sindh, Punjab, and Balochistan, as well as extending into modern-day Indian states of Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, and Rajasthan. Remains of early civilizations have also been excavated from Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, and Iran. Discovery of Indus Valley. Indian archaeologist Rai Bahadur Dayaram Sahni found many seals from the village Harappa in 1921. The very next year, a large city was excavated that was hidden under the ground of Harappa. In 1922, another Indian archaeologist named Rakhal Das Banerjee made similar excavations in Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. In this way, these archaeologists of India unearthed one of the greatest ancient civilizations of the world. This came to be known as the Indus Valley Civilization or the Harappan culture. Sources. The main sources of the Harappan culture are the archaeological evidences. They consist of the ancient cities, buildings, pottery, seals and toys, units of measure, ornaments, tools and weapons. Main sites of the Harappan civilization. It is believed that this civilization was limited to a small area near the Indus River. Further excavation showed that it was spread over many areas in Pakistan and Indian states of Punjab, Haryana, UP, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Some major sites where the ruins of the Indus Valley Civilization have been found are 1. Lothal, Gujarat. 2. Ropar, Punjab. 3. Alamgirpur, UP. 4. Banwali, Haryana. 5. Kalibangan, Rajasthan. 6. Kot DG, Pakistan. Main features. 1. Town planning. People living in the Harappan civilization led a more advanced life than that of the earliest primitive ages. The streets and lanes of these towns were designed on the basis of a set plan. They were straight and intersected with each other at right angles. The roads were also very wide. The streets were paved with fire-burnt bricks. There were covered drains running under them. For lighting, there were lamp posts at equal. 2. Drainage system. The drainage system of Mohenjo-daro, Lothal and other cities was well planned. It characterized this civilization excellently. House drains were made to empty into the main drains. The main drains were built below the main streets. Manholes for inspection were built at equal distances. Water supply was also in proper condition. These features indicate that an efficient civic administration must have existed in those times. The cities. 1. Buildings and houses. The ruins show that there were many kinds of buildings: the large buildings, the public bath and the houses for living. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were separated by two parts. The first part of the city was built on a high ground and it was called the citadel. The second part was built on slightly lower level. 2. The citadel. The citadel contained large public buildings in it. These buildings consisted of the granaries, workshops, assembly hall and the factories. The Great Granary at Harappa was a significant building where grain was stored. The ruler and the ruling class, rich merchants and people of high status lived in citadel. 3. The Great Bath, a great public bath like a swimming pool was excavated at Mohenjo-daro. It was rectangular and measured 55 meters by 35 meters. The bathing pool was situated at the center of the Great Bath. It was an impressive structure that was used on religious occasions or festivals. 4. Houses. The lower part of the city consisted of the dwelling houses for the common people. The houses that were excavated had different sizes. They were arranged from two-room houses, bungalow types. Many houses had double stories, which is evident from the stairs found inside. The first floor had sleeping and other rooms. These houses were made of baked bricks and mud mortar. Sometimes even lime and gypsum mortar were also used to add strength to the structure. Most houses had a courtyard at the center. 5. The Assembly. The Assembly Hall at Mohenjo-daro was also a public building. It was square in shape and measured 25 meters by 25 meters. It had thick pillars to support the very high roof. These pillars were nicely arranged in 4 rows of 5 pillars each. The rulers are believed to have held their meeting in the assembly. 6. The social groups. The society was divided into 3 social groups. Priests and rich merchants formed the ruling class. They lived in the citadel. The second group was that of small merchants, artisans and craftsmen. They lived in lower town. The third group was that of laborers and farmers. They lived in huts outside the city. Cities were not ruled by a king, but they were well administrated. 7. Art of sculpture. Many sculptures have been found at various sites. They include the figurines of a bull, a watchdog, a shawl-wearing yogi, a dancing girl and a male dancer. All these figures depict the physical features of the animals and people. The metal workers at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were highly skilled people. A bronze statue of a dancing girl shows that she is posing after a dance performance. Her right hand is on her hip and left hand is dancing free. She is wearing many bangles on her hands. Her large eyes, flat nose and big lower lip show her negroid features. In the same way, the figures of a mother goddess and a bull are highly expressive examples of terracotta. 8. Pottery. The potters of this civilization aptly knew the use of potter's wheel. They made articles of different shapes and designs. The clay pottery was baked and its surface was painted with glazed colors. These items of pottery consisted of birds, animals and human figures. 9. Carving. The people of Indus Valley were expert in the art of carving. Their carvings of various animals on seals are very impressive. These carvings can be seen on the buffalo, the bison, the rhinoceros, the tiger and the deer. They produced these figures by using ivory, soapstone, leather, metal and wood. 10. Painting. The people of Indus Valley were expert in painting. They made various designs and figures on earthenwares and utensils. They mastered the art of drawing and painting of both men and animals and many objects of nature. 11. Seals. A large number of seals have also been found at various sites of the Indus Valley civilization. These are made of terracotta and copper with figures and signs on them. They are square or rectangular in shape. Figures of animals and human beings are engraved on the seals. These seals tell us about the dress, hairstyle and ornaments of the people. These seals also depict the religious beliefs, commercial activities and trade relations of the people. They also show the script of the Indus Valley people. The most important is the seal of Shiva, which has been discovered at Mohenjo-daro. Social and economic life. 1. Dress and ornaments. They were the first people in the world to spin cotton and woolen yarn. This is evident from the discovery of a number of clay spindles of different sizes. The needles and buttons found here prove that people knew the art of weaving and stitching. All people, whether rich or poor, wore ornaments. Women wore girdles, which is a belt for waist. These ornaments were made of gold, silver, copper, bronze, ivory or shells. Precious or semi-precious stones were also studded in them. 2. Food. Most people ate wheat and barley. Rice was also an important part of their food. Besides these, milk and milk products, fruits such as pomegranates and bananas, vegetables, fish and meat were also eaten. 3. Occupations. The most important occupation of the people was agriculture. For proper supply of water, they built small dams, channels and embankments. The other important occupation was domestication of animals. Oxen, bulls, sheep, pigs, buffaloes and elephants were domesticated. They used camels and donkeys as the beasts of burden. Some people were carpenters, goldsmiths, potters, toy makers, weavers, engravers and seal makers. 4. Trading was a flourishing occupation of the people. They exported their surplus materials to import precious stones, different metals and other articles from South and East India, Kashmir as well as from Central Asian and Western countries. Similarly, through land routes in Balochistan and Persia, trade between the Indus Valley and Sumer or Mesopotamia also existed. This was revealed from the numerous seals found at various submarine sites. The goods were shipped at Lothal near Ahmedabad, where dockyard was found. 5. Entertainment. Many dices were also found from these sites. They reveal that dicing and gambling were the popular games of these people. They were also fond of music and dance. Many toys and dolls were also found here. People cared for the toys of their children. These toys were mostly made of terracotta or baked clay. 6. Religion. Numerous female figures in terracotta have been found which are believed to represent the mother goddess to whom they worshipped as the source of power, creation and fertility. On some seals, a three-faced male god with a headdress of horns was found who resembles god Shiva or Pashupati. It is believed that people of those times used to worship Shiva and Shakti. The worship of people, tree and natural objects like the sun, wind and rain were also common. They buried their dead under the ground as they believed in life after death. 7. Art of writing. People use the pictographic script for writing, which is still a mystery that has not been deciphered so far. The script had 62 basic signs in the beginning, but in the later Harappan period, these signs were reduced to 22. Contributions of the Indus Valley civilization. These people contributed a great part in world civilization as being the first urban civilization. They provided us with a style of town planning, sanitation, sewerage and civic administration as well as architecture in stone. The credit of inventing wheel cart and clay pottery also goes to the people of this civilization. Taming the animal force and making it useful to human beings is also credited to those people. End of the Indus Valley civilization. There is a mystery behind the sudden end of Indus Valley civilization. There may be any reason, but there are many theories. Some believe that a natural disaster like earthquake, flood or epidemic was the cause of disappearance of this